Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. And my apologies. I had some technical difficulties. Okay. Listen, I couldn't find the the live stream I set up before. So let me see. Hello, everybody. Oh, hi there. Due to some technical difficulties, my problem. I couldn't. I didn't figure out how to. Oh God. Oh no. This is a disaster. That's why it's a sad Christmas. Oh my God. I knocked something over. Okay. I don't know. I set up a live stream, but then I don't know how to use the live stream I set up. So it was a disaster. I'm so sorry about this. Oh, hi, me and my partner Summer. Hi, Summer. How are you doing? I'm sorry about this mess up. Some people actually came to the live stream I set up and then left, but I couldn't. I don't know how to get to the get to the live stream I set up. So okay, thank you, Summer. Oh, hey, how do I respond to you? Oh God. Uh, is that the chat? How's your Christmas so far? Why do you come to a sad Christmas show? Okay. Hi there. Hello, hello. This is actually my first time doing live streaming on YouTube, so there's some problems, but thank you for showing up. Um, I hope everybody's enjoying their Christmas. Uh, you probably know this live streaming is called Sad Christmas, okay? Because I don't know about you guys. Sometimes I just feel, I pretty pressured during Christmas holidays. Um, I'm usually a mild-tempered guy, just, I go about my life. But then during Christmas, you're supposed to be, a lot happier than regular time, So I found that kind of stressful. But uh, yeah, I had some dinner with my family. Uh, we cooked some hot pot together, so it was a good Christmas. Uh, oh, actually, I have a Q&A session here. Uh, I don't know if you can type any questions here. If you could, that I'd appreciate that. We can just chat about, what bothers you. Uh, what's the terrible things that happened to you during 2024, and what is the greatest thing that happened to you in 2024? I hope everybody had a great year, but uh, 2024 has been pretty tough on me, actually, personally. I've been touring a lot. I certainly appreciate everyone who came to my comedy shows in the past year. It's for me, it's an I've been doing stand-up comedy for more than 20 years, and I'm still touring and traveling. I hosted TV shows before, but not anymore. So just more live stand-up comedy. Um, and I've been uh, for Christmas. I think a good idea would be just like binge watching some Netflix shows. I just kind of I finished one show yesterday called 100 Years of Solitude. It was a Latin by a Latin American author, and his book, 100 Years of Solitude, won a Nobel Prize in Literature. So it's a really it's a great piece of art, and I just feel the show did a fantastic job, fantastic, creating this surrealism marvel that is called 100 Years of Solitude. Man, I wish I could write something like that, but unfortunately, I'm a comedian. I can't write, such an opus. Um, I have by the way, but whoever just got to my live streaming, I have a Q&A session open, community moderation. Oh, okay, and I have Q&A open, so if you have any questions, feel free to leave a note. And I am trying to set up this thing called a chat session. Um, I'm terribly sorry about this mix-up. I advertised this, but for some reason I couldn't find whatever I set up, so I have to open up a new live stream. I know we have very few people here, but I certainly appreciate you being with me on a holiday evening. Um, okay, you know what? Live chat now. Okay, now I got to the live chat portion now. Pretty good. I like it because I think the topic is interesting and it's very kind to think of people who are not. Oh, Summer, I'm glad you're happy. uh, but I know that a lot of people were really stressed out about Christmas. Do you know how I know? Because I just remember not today, but a couple of years ago, December 24th, I went to a mall. I just saw a lot of guys, a lot of people just walking around, it's like a headless chicken. You're trying to find the last minute gift. It's just a lot of stress, and I know sometimes people have other issues. So I just want to chat about this. Uh, can relate. Merry Christmas, Joe and everyone. Oh, hi. Uh, Silence, we're here. Since we're here, okay. That's a nice YouTube name. um, yeah, well, yeah, you can relate. Yeah. And also, I think during the holidays, when family are together, there's like more opportunities for conflict and so forth. So that's really stressful. And I just think it's advisable not to mention anything about politics or theories. Okay. Oh, well, you can talk about theory of relativity, but that could be a problem too. Oh, by the way, this is my Christmas hat. It has a little Santa on the hat. Mm, yeah. So I guess I don't know what age. Starting what age? At what age did you stop believing in Santa? You can leave it on in the chat. I didn't grow up with Santa, but my son was born here. Man, it unfortunately he figured out that Santa was not what he was told about when he was 5 years old. You know, he just asked me. I couldn't, keep it up, so I told him the truth. But on the other hand, that's why you shouldn't know the truth too early. You enjoy your life so much less. Um, a big fan. Wonder if you can tell me about your time in China's talk show scene. Oh yeah, that's a good question. Don't mean to brag, but I was hailed as the godfather of Chinese stand-up. Um, Basically, Chinese stand-up was non-existent before 2011, 2012. And a lot of youth there started doing stand-up after they saw me performing at the White House Correspondence Dinner back in 2010. So that actually influenced a lot of people. And and the biggest thing in the Chinese entertainment in the past 10 years was the rise of stand-up comedy. When I went back to China back in 2013, there were only one stand-up comedy club in Beijing, a city of like 23 million people or something. But now they got like maybe 10, 20 clubs. They got shows every night, So it's really has become a main how do you say it? It's just basically a main source of entertainment for a lot of young people now. And of course, I did stand up comedy in Chinese in China. Then that was quite a shift. It's kind of tough on me for the first a year or two. Chinese is my mother tongue, but then on the other hand, stand up comedy is its own language. You just have to kind of start from scratch. Um, oh, well, thank you so much. Since we're here, thank you for watching my set at the correspondence dinner. Man, that was one of the most stressful shows I've ever done because uh, it's very strict. Before the show, the FBI has to search the entire place looking for bombs. They have, like sniffing dogs around. And then after that, it was some kind of ceremonial stuff. And then it was the dinner. So I had to eat dinner on the dais in front of 24,000 people there. And I can just see in front of me, like TV reporters like Wolf Blitzer, um, yeah, some people from NBC, CBS, and a lot of senators. Man, it was quite stressful. Yeah, I'm glad I did it though. Um, and after that, I just started to do a tour. I toured a lot of cities, especially in the Midwest, and that's one thing that's kind of interesting. When I was in Ohio, I just feel that man, there's something weird about people, the way people speak here. Then I realized, oh, and that's probably because they don't have an accent. It's very standardized American English there. But when you don't have an accent, it kind of sounds weird too. The reason I feel this way is because you see, I lived in America for many, many years. Okay, first 8.5 years was in Texas, and then another 11 years in Boston. Okay, both of these places are not famous for not having an accent. So how did you maintain calm when delivering the performance during the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Oh, well, just I think it's mostly practice that made me at least appear calm. I was very nervous, but on the other hand, I kind of practiced my routine for the like for 2.5 months. I mean, not every day, but probably twice a week or something like that. So I fairly confident about my material, and that was what sustained me. And another thing is I have to thank the late Norm Macdonald. I don't know if anybody knows him. If you know him, you can just write on the chat. He passed away a couple of years ago, but I opened for him back in Massachusetts. So it's we both drove to a suburb to do a show. And the Norm was like, "Hey, I heard you're doing the correspondence dinner." I said, "Yes." He said, just a fair warning, it's a very tough crowd. Most comedians bomb on that show. I was like, okay, well, thanks for the warning. And lo and behold, during the correspondence dinner, I just feel that the first 4 to 5 minutes, the crowd wasn't hot at all, because I practiced the set a few times in front of live audience, and usually they start laughing right away. But that night, the first 4 to 5 minutes was pretty rough. There are people who are laughing, but I just feel that they're not totally into it yet. Until that joke I had about my son asking me why does he have to learn both languages, Chinese and English, and I told him, son, when you become the president of the United States, you have to sign legislature in English, but talk to debt collectors in Chinese. Uh, when I delivered the line, right before I said the punchline, I was a little bit nervous because that was during I don't know if you guys remember, there was this big economic meltdown or depression back in 2009. And in 2010 was is still economy was still in a very bad shape. But after I said those lines, I got an applause break. So I figured, okay, well, this crowd is pretty cool, And from that point on, it's a lot easier for me. It's like more or less like a smooth sailing. Um, I guess just preparation is the key. Hey everybody, whoever just joined my live streaming, I'm Joe Wang. Thank you for showing up at my sad Christmas live streaming. Just I did this just on a whim. Like, honestly, I just feel that some people are not that happy during the holidays. I just want to have a place for people to chat. If you have any problems or concerns with your holiday, with the past year, or with your future, you feel free to leave a note in the chat. We got. And thank you for, since we're here in summer, for your input here. Anybody else, or you can talk about what was the most impressive Christmas ever, because uh, this is true story. A couple of days ago, my wife and I actually watched a Hallmark Christmas movie. It was just so cheesy and predictable, but it's great if you just want to relax and fall asleep. It's not that bad, but it's just so predictable. A woman from a big city went back to her hometown for whatever reason. For right off the bat, he got tripped somewhere, or she bumped into some extremely like handsome guy. Basically, the guy doesn't even have to act. Most of the time he does this. You remember that? I can't pull it off, but a lot of good-looking guys, they just do this, just look at you, just they can just charm your pants off, And the guy basically does this all the time, and that's the whole movie. That's how yeah. And at some point, she relationship didn't go well. She was going to go back to the big city. On her way to the airport, she realized something, goes back, and they're an item. So but it's kind of interesting, so formulaic, uh, but they really nailed it. Um, don't forget Bruce Willis's Die Hard series. Oh man, I think I saw one or two of them. Bruce Willis has a series, a Rocky series. There's a lot of those series is good for Christmas, I guess. But oh yeah, I know this is a really old show, but there is a show called The Good Place. It's kind of whimsical but super funny. I highly recommend. Yeah, and I'm trying to, because I don't have Hulu, but I'm probably gonna subscribe to Hulu just to watch some of the shows there. I heard a lot of good things about Interior Chinatown, so I want to figure it out. And Merry Christmas. Okay, this is my happy juice, Dr. Pepper. Either Dr. Pepper or Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper. It goes to show my Texas roots, I guess. By the way, anybody lives in the LA area, Los Angeles, Greater LA, or Southern California? I was said somehow 2 days ago. Not happy, a little depressed. I love the Netflix and started watching It's a Wonderful Life. Oh no, that lifted me up. I highly recommend. Oh my god, it's Wonderful Life. It's actually a pretty sad movie, but it has a happy ending. It's a pretty sad movie, right? Oh yeah, Los Angeles, 1989. Oh, you're from LA, so I'm pretty new to LA, but I'm doing a New Year's Eve show. Can you guess what date is it? New Year's Eve show. So New Year's Eve is December 31st. Eve is 30th. Eve is 29th. So December 29th, I'll be in Burbank, California, which is a suburb of Los Angeles, doing a stand-up comedy show. That will be the right before the new year. Hopefully, I can get to spend some fun time. I don't know if anybody has been to a comedy club, Flappers to be specific. I'm just gradually trying different comedy clubs in Los Angeles. So far, I've tried Ice House in Pasadena, Laugh Factory in Covina, Improv in Brea. Oh, I'll be back in at the Improv in Oxnard. And just yeah, all over the greater Los Angeles area. But actually on Boxing Day, December 26th, I'll be in San Diego. Man, I've been to a lot of places in the world, but I still have to say that Southern California probably has the best weather out there. I know, like, I've been to Singapore, it's beautiful places, but then it's like 30, 33 degrees Celsius all year round. Um, uh, LA, everybody says LA or Southern California doesn't have four seasons, but this is what I found out. Southern California has four seasons on the same day sometimes. You go outside, you will see just flowers blooming. Next to it, some trees have fallen leaves. This you saw those red leaves or fallen foliage, and then there's snow in the mountain. Yeah, just that's what I figured out. And so there's a lot to do in Southern California. I'm still exploring it. And of course, there's a great comedy scene here too, which I'm just getting used to. And by the way, whoever just joined my live streaming, Merry Christmas. If you're not that happy, just leave a note in the chat room, in the chat. We could talk about it. But everybody seems to be pretty happy now. Like Summer said, she was kind of depressed 2 days ago. I'm not sure what the reason is, but I kind of feel the same way. I don't know what you do when you're depressed. Of course, you can talk about it, but sometimes, when you have a family, it's kind of hard to talk about depressing stuff in front of your kids and family. But I have a bad habit though, because sometimes when I got depressed, I just eat ice cream. Oh, I love ice cream. To the extent that sometimes I'm not that depressed, but I have to find a reason to be depressed about, and then go eat some ice cream to justify eating ice cream. Because I've been gaining a lot of weight. I don't know. I was a little bit diabetic a while ago, but I think I'm getting better. Knock on wood. But that's the diet, Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I don't know why. Like Dr. Pepper was so popular in Texas. I lived there for many years. Initially, as a student, I worked at a bar, and for some reason, the patrons there just all drink Dr. Pepper during lunch. I was like, okay, there must be something special there. Yes, it's a nice drink. But this is what I heard like yesterday. Someone is saying that like Gen Z is picking up Dr. Pepper. And I was like, all right, finally something in common with Gen Z now. Because sometimes I have to literally learn some Gen Z phrases from my son. He taught me stuff like a bussin'. What does that even mean? He just told me, but still, I kind of forgot. It's actually a good word, I guess. Okay. Yeah, and so this is my first time actually doing a YouTube live streamings. And thank you so much for participating. And I don't think we have more people over here. I just appreciate that you join me here. To find more do you find more introverts or extroverts among your comedian friends? Oh, I think I feel that most of them are kind of introverts. But on the other hand, when you get to know them, here's the thing: if you know a person, nobody's actually introvert. You know, the introvert is just like they don't know how to kind of break the ice, you know. But on the other hand, um, extrovert just like easier, you know. Oh man, this hat is okay. Sorry about this. Now you can see the Santa beard, right? Yeah, I think I'm more or less of an introvert. So sometimes it's hard for me to be at a Christmas party. You know, everybody's so happy. It's just like sometimes I wish this is not that PC to say, but I wish I was autistic so I could just, you know, it's legitimately sit somewhere, you know, and stare at something and just, you know, not to interact with people. You know, it's kind of bad. But then, you know, that's sometimes that's how I felt. Um, you know, do you experience a reverse culture shock when you're in China? Develop your stand-up? Yes, definitely. Reverse culture shock. That's a good word. Um, yeah, because there's even because China develop really fast, and I was away from that country for more than 20 years. Like when I go to my relative's place, I don't even know how certain gadgets in the kitchen works. Okay, and they were like, "Wow, you feels like you're from outer space." I was like, "Wow, yeah." They just and also a lot of people don't know stand-up comedy. In the beginning, I had to try to put together smaller shows to demonstrate, even though I just started doing stand-up in Chinese myself. You know, I just remember after a show, this lady raised her hand. I'm like, okay, great. Finally, I got one who's interested in stand-up comedy. I'm like, hey, ma'am, what's your question? She was like, do you think my grandson should go to America to study? I was like, okay. uh, yeah, then well, any questions good. And, yeah, reverse culture shock, definitely. Um, and but you know, if you go to major cities in China, you're actually pretty comfortable, you know, because you see all the major brands in America. You know, Starbucks, a lot of places have Taco Bells now, you know, so you'll be okay. And you know, it's pretty safe there. You know, ask anyone who's been to China before. You know, you can walk around, you know, 1 or 2 in the morning, especially in bigger cities, you're okay. You know, you don't have to worry about your safety. So that's the positive part. Um, yeah. So and also there's a English stand-up comedy scene there now. You know, in Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, most of the first and second tier cities in China have English stand-up comedy scene, and so yeah, for a comedian like me, that's like my base, you know. If I go to a city, I need to check out the comedy there. You know what? Come to think of it, that could be a good show. You know, good kind of reality show. Just go to different cities and check out their the local comedy clubs and do a vlog or something. You know, that should be interesting. I should write this down. My Christmas big idea. uh, since I'm touring a lot anyway, right? Yeah. Um, okay. Do we have any other questions? Okay. All right. Yeah. For people who just joined, thank you again for coming. And this is I'm Joe Wang. This is my sad Christmas chat live streaming. Okay. First, wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Uh, and for me, the end of year has always is kind of tough. Man, that's the thing with depression. You know, sometimes, oh man, why am I depressed? But then I think because of this and that. But then looking back, I feel like I'm depressed most of the time, because most of the stuff I tried didn't work out. That's just part of life. Like I guess you just have to roll with it and to be thick-skinned and tough it through. I guess. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think I'll just probably end this live streaming or here because I don't see any new people joining. And thank you so much for sticking with me for the past half hour, 40 minutes. And I'm trying to. I'll do a better job to next time setting this up. And oh, I wanted to say that. Being happy requires determination, which I realized during the holiday season. Well, I'm so happy for your summer. So being happy requires determination. So, so you just have to make up your mind and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be happy." Is that the idea? Well, if that's the case, I think that's you know what? I kind of forgot about it. I kind of came to a similar realization years ago that in most situations, in vast majority number of situations in your life, no matter what happened to you, you actually have a choice. You can choose to be happy or choose to be sad. Um, yeah, unless it's like some fatal illness or passing of loved ones, most of the time you have a choice. I think you're absolutely right. If you're determined to be happy, you can be happy. I guess. Well, thank you for reminding me of that. Now I feel much better now. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna end my show here, and thank you again for spending the time with me. Great chat, Joe. Catch you in person one of these days in Bay Area. Oh, well, you're in the Bay Area? Oh, great. Yeah, I'll be there. I think it's March 20th. Yeah, I think it's March 20th. It's a Friday. Yeah, I love the Bay Area. It's a very earnest audience members, very earnest audience, and very very kind. Because I did stand up. I started from Boston. Okay, Boston prides itself in being mean. Uh, so when I was in San Francisco, I have to tone it down a little bit. But it's always a great time there. Thank you so much. Since we're here, cheer up, Joe. Watch It's a Wonderful Life. Bye. Okay, bye, Summer. I will watch it again. I saw that movie before. It was a black and white movie I saw like a couple of years ago. But anyway, thank you for reminding me to be determined to be happy. I really appreciate that message. I think that's the weird thing about life. Sometimes when you're down, some people you never met say something or even just a nice gesture to you, suddenly you just your spirit just got a pickup. It's just amazing. And thank you so much for the encouragement or a word of advice. Anyway, uh, I wish you a happy holidays and good night. Thank you so much.